B. Wages should not be determined through collective bargaining. Instead, as practiced in southern tea plantations, wages should be declared and revised periodically through statutory notifications in accordance with changes in the consumer price index. A fixed and transparent timeline for revision of all wages should be established. C. There exists a wide disparity in wages paid to tea workers across different states. Tea workers receive approximately Rs 500 per day in neighboring Sikkim, Rs 489 and 89 paisa per day in Kerala, and Rs 450 and 50 paisa per day in Tamil Nadu. Whereas in West Bengal they receive only Rs 250 per day. The provisions of the national minimum wage must be effectively implemented in the tea sector to ensure wage uniformity across the country. State governments should also be made accountable for enforcing the declared minimum wages. D. The existing ceiling on payment of bonus should be removed. Further, the provisions following payment of gratuity on a pro rata basis should be withdrawn. Number 2, Industrial Relations Code. A. Clause 3 and Clause 4 of the Industrial Relations Code should be amended to ensure that all registered trade unions having the support of not less than 10% of the total workforce of an establishment are recognized for negotiations on workers' grievances. B. Clause 96, Subclause 2, which empowers the central and state governments to unconditionally exempt new industries, should be amended to safeguard workers' interests. C. Clause 77, Subclause 1, relating to layoff, retrenchment, and closure, permits establishments employing up to 300 workers to undertake such action without prior approval of the state government. Earlier, this threshold was limited to establishment employing up to 100 workers. This provision disproportionately empowers employers and should be suitably amended or withdrawn in the interest of justice for workers. Number 3, Occupational Safety, Health and Working Conditions Code. Clause 127 of the Occupational Safety, Health and Working Conditions Code allows governments to exempt industries subject to conditions as they think fit. This provision undermines hard-earned workers' rights and should therefore be deleted. Number 4, land rights. Darjeeling tea and synchronous plantation workers should be granted Parjapatta or land rights over their ancestral lands, which they have occupied since the establishment of tea plantations during the British period. The Parliamentary Standing Committee on Commerce, in its report number 171, 2022, titled Issues Affecting the Indian Tea Industry, especially in the Darjeeling region, recognized this long-pending demand and recommended appropriate action. Immediate resolution of this issue is imperative. tea estates. The new labor codes on the issue of closed or abandoned tea estates. There are currently 9 closed tea estates in Darjeeling alone. A separate legal framework to reopen and operate these tea estates in the interest of workers and their families. Number 6, need for a separate establishment act for the tea industry. The tea industry has a distinct character, encompassing both agricultural and individual activities, industrial activities. Several provisions of the new labor codes are not practically implementable in the tea sector. Therefore, to address the sector's specific challenges effectively, a separate establishment act for the tea industry should be enacted. The Parliamentary Standing Committee submitted its report number 171 in 2022, yet its recommendations remain unimplemented. We honestly hope that the issues raised herein will receive your serious consideration and that appropriate measures will be taken in the interest of lakhs of tea plantation workers across the country. Thank you, sir.